She stood soaked and shivering, drenched in Vogue Luxe champagne. Her tea-scented perfume stung her eyes. A torn gown dangled from her hands. Humiliated, not for what she did, but for how simply she dressed. By their standards, she didn't belong. A luxury fashion house had no room for someone like her. The staff sneered. "She's here for selfies." "Fake rich," one muttered. Then they slashed her clothes, marked her a thief, and dragged her out. The crowd jeered. Trash. Until a $38 million Rolls-Royce La Rose Noir drop-tail slid up to the curb, her husband's. The laughter died. The stares shifted. Silence fell. Terror bloomed behind designer sunglasses. Vogue Luxe wasn't just a boutique. It was the crown jewel of Rodeo Drive, where the truly rich shopped like money was air. And Luna had walked in wearing sneakers. She was drawn to the sapphire gowns and crisp silk suits. She wasn't there to impress anyone, just to treat herself. After months spent building shelters for abused women, pouring in her time, energy, and anonymous donations, she wanted something small, something beautiful, something for herself. No one greeted her. Jessica, in a black dress too tight to breathe, fiddled with the display. Her back was a wall. Ryan, slick-haired and smug, leaned on the counter, thumbing his phone. Helen, clipboard in hand, flicked her eyes up, then down. Dismissal in a glance. Luna approached Jessica, voice soft. "Excuse me, how much is this gown?" Jessica didn't budge, didn't look up, just muttered, loud enough to sting. "If you have to ask, it's not for you." Still smiling, Luna moved to a silk suit, fingertips grazing the fabric. Ryan snorted. "Hands off. She's here for selfies. Playing rich for TikTok." Helen smirked. "Probably can't even spell couture." The whispers grew teeth. Jessica sidled up to Ryan. "Thrift store reject. Bet she's got a bus pass, not a bank account." Ryan flexed. "Pathetic." Helen laughed. "Maybe she's lost. Walmart's that way." Customers turned. Women in fur coats. Men in bespoke suits. Their eyes scraped her. Their lips curled. Jessica didn't stop. She grabbed a perfume bottle from the counter, spritzed it in Luna's face, laughing. "There. Now you smell like you belong." "Oh wait, you don't." Ryan howled. "Loser." Helen smirked. "Still can't mask the cheap." The mist burned her skin. Luna's green eyes watered. But she didn't flinch. She wiped her face with her sleeve, sneakers still firm on the floor. A woman in a fur coat snickered. "She's a walking discount rack." Jessica tossed the bottle back. "Next time, shower before you crash our vibe." Her buns sagged. Damp strands clung to her forehead. But the smile stayed. Unshaken. A wall they couldn't topple. She didn't blink, just lifted the sapphire gown and the cream silk suit, draped them over her arm, walked to the counter. Her sneakers tapped steady. Her dignity a fortress. Ryan escalated. He grabbed a hanger, swung it at her legs. It clanged off her shin. "Get moving, selfie girl. Stop clogging our space." Helen laughed. "She's a tripping hazard." Jessica clapped. "Sweep the trash out." The sting bloomed red on her skin. Her jeans caught the edge. But Luna didn't stumble. She stepped aside, hands steady on the clothes. A man in a silk tie sneered. "She's a mannequin reject." Ryan twirled the hanger. "Maybe we should hang her up. Cheaper than these threads." Luna's eyes flickered. But she didn't snap. Her silence, steel. At the checkout, she set the outfits down. Still smiling. Ryan stood there, arms crossed. "You kidding?" She nodded. Pulled a sleek black card from her wallet. No logo. Just matte. The kind you don't chase. The kind that chases you. A Centurion card. Invite only. Whispered among the ultra-rich. "Just these two, please." Ryan froze. The card caught the light. Beep. Approved. $18,000 gone like a sigh. Jessica's jaw dropped. Helen's clipboard trembled. Luna reached for the bags. Ryan snatched the card back. "Hold up. This isn't yours. Where'd you steal it?" Jessica grabbed the bags. "No way she's legit. She's a crook." Helen took it further. She grabbed scissors from the counter, and slashed the sapphire gown in Luna's arms. The fabric ripped loud and cruel. "You don't deserve this." "Back to rags." Jessica cackled. "Shred her dreams." Ryan hooted. "Cut rate fits her better." Threads unraveled. The gown hung, ruined. Luna held it, fingers tracing the gash. But she didn't flinch. She just set the ruined gown down, her calm a beacon they couldn't dim. A woman with a diamond bracelet gasped, then laughed. "She's a walking clearance sale." Helen tossed the scissors aside. "Next time, stick to hand-me-downs." Luna's bun loosened further, but her smile stayed, quiet, unshattered. The room ignited. Helen barked, "We're not giving $18,000 to a scam." Customers crowded in, pressing phones to film. A woman in pearls sneered, "If you're faking rich, at least dress the part." Luna stayed calm. "It's mine. Luna Harper. Check the name." Ryan laughed, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "Sure. And I'm Elon Musk." Then security arrived. 2 guards, broad and imposing, with buzz cuts and badges glinting. One clamped her arm, the other grabbed her elbow. The first growled and yanked her toward the door. Jessica clutched the black card, and Helen grabbed the shopping bags. The crowd jeered. "Caught. Trash." Jessica piled on. She snatched a glass of champagne from a nearby tray and flung it at Luna's face. The cold liquid splashed across her tee and jeans. "Here's your VIP drink, thief," she shrieked. Ryan laughed. "She's sparkling now." Helen smirked. "Matches her fake shine." The champagne bubbles fizzed on Luna's skin, soaking her through. Her sneakers squelched with every step. But Luna didn't waver. She simply wiped her eyes, her green gaze as steady as ever. A man in a velvet blazer cheered. "Drown the fraud." Jessica tossed the empty glass aside. "Wash the grime off." "Oh wait, it's permanent." Luna's bun dripped, but her calm held steady, a rock they couldn't break. They dragged her through the store, her sneakers slipping. Her bun unraveled, blonde strands spilling wild around her face. A guy in a cashmere scarf cackled. "Back to the slums." A woman with a Louis Vuitton bag snapped a picture. "This will blow up online." Ryan capped it. He grabbed a marker and scrawled fake across Luna's tea-soaked shirt. The black ink bled into the wet fabric as the guards continued pulling her toward the door. Ryan jeered. "Label her right. She's a knockoff." Helen laughed. "Brand her for the street." Jessica clapped. "Perfect. She's tagged." The ink smeared, staining Luna's chest. She stumbled, her sneakers slipping on the polished floor. But she didn't cry. Instead, she straightened, her green eyes hard, her smile gone, but her strength blazing. A woman in a fur stole snapped another picture. "She's a meme now." Ryan tossed the marker aside. "Wear it proud, wannabe." Luna's jeans clung to her damp skin, but her spine stayed straight. Iron. They couldn't bend her. The guard shoved her through the glass doors, onto Rodeo Drive. The sunlight blinded her, and the crowd's laughter cracked like a whip. Luna stood there, her jeans dusty, her tee creased, but her green eyes held firm. She pulled out her phone and dialed. Her voice steady. "Hey, love. I need you to get your card back from a store that stole it. Vogue Luxe. They threw me out." A pause. 15 minutes? Okay. She hung up, her smile faint, her strength a quiet ember glowing inside. Time crawled. Cars purred past. Palm trees rustled in the breeze. Her sneakers squelched in the quiet moments. Then, a silver Maybach rolled up. Its sleek curves sliced through the street like a knife. Adrian Knight stepped out. Tall. 40. Dark hair neatly combed. Gray suit sharp as steel. Hazel eyes cool and unreadable. He wasn't born to this. He had clawed his way out of a Rust Belt town in Ohio. A kid with holes in his shoes. A father who drank away the rent. At 16, he taught himself to code on a busted library computer. Sleepless nights. Grinding for every penny. By 30, Knight Industries was his empire. Solar grids powering cities. Patents stacking. Billions rolling in. By 40, Forbes had just named him the most powerful man in America. but he still drove his first beat-up truck on weekends. His suits hid the scrapper inside, the guy who'd fought for every dime. He met Luna at a dive bar. She was pouring drinks to fund Haven House, and he was nursing a beer after a deal. They clicked over shared scars, building a life where wealth was a tool, not a crown. That black card? It was a gift from him, a symbol of their grind together. Now it was stolen by fools who had no idea what it meant. The door of Vogue Luxe swung open. Adrian walked in. The air seemed to snap tight. Heads whipped around. He strode confidently to the counter. His voice, low and firm. My wife was just thrown out of here. You took her card. I want it back. Jessica stammered. Sir, we thought. Adrian cut her off. Also, I'm buying this store. To shut it down. Permanently. Silence slammed down. Ryan's phone clattered onto the floor. Claire's clipboard hit the ground with a sharp thud. Jessica's face went ghost white. Customers froze, their pearls gripped tight, their cashmere stiff. Adrian pulled out his black card and handed it to Lydia, the manager, who had rushed in. Her skirt was tight, her eyes wide with disbelief. Call your owner, Adrian said, his voice low but commanding. Lydia fumbled with her phone. Mr. Knight wants Vogue Luxe. All of it. Immediate sale. A nod. Done. Adrian turned to the staff. You're fired. Everyone. Get out. Jessica begged, her voice breaking. Please, I didn't mean. Adrian's glare stopped her cold. You accused my wife of theft. Dragged her out. Leave. His face didn't soften. His hazel eyes turned cold as steel, cutting through their sobs like a blade through paper. Mercy? You didn't show my wife any. Jessica wailed, her tears flowing. We'll apologize. Please. But he stepped back, his eyes sharp and unyielding. You don't get it. She stood here, calm, while you sprayed her, cut her clothes, and threw her out. And you think tears will fix that? Ryan croaked, his voice small. We'll make it right. Adrian's voice dropped, lethal and final. You had your chance. You chose cruelty over decency. Now live with it. Helen reached for his shoe, desperation in her eyes. I've got kids. He pulled his foot away. You should have thought of them before you laughed her out. Get up, he commanded. You're done. The room held its breath. Ryan stuttered. We didn't know. Adrian snapped, his voice a whip. You didn't care? Go. Jessica hit her knees first, her tight dress bunching as she grabbed at Adrian's pant leg. Tears streaked her mascara. Please, Mr. Knight. I've got rent. I'll starve without this job. Ryan dropped next, his slick hair falling flat. His hands clasped together in a pleading gesture. I didn't mean it. Give me one chance. I'm begging. Helen crumpled beside them, her clipboard long gone. Sobbing, she whispered. I'll work for free. Anything. Just don't ruin me. The guards shuffled forward, one muttering. We were just following orders. Have mercy. Customers gawped, phones trembling in their hands, as the staff groveled. Their voices a desperate chorus clawing at the air. Lydia, the manager, stood frozen, her pencil skirt stiff. She whispered, Sir, reconsider. They're sorry. But their pleas bounced off Adrian, hollow against the memory of Luna's stained tea and steady eyes. Helen whimpered. It was a mistake. Adrian pointed to the door. Your mistake. Out. The guards hesitated. He turned to them, his voice hard. You too, drop the badges. They obeyed, shuffling off. The crowd backed away, their phones limp in their hands. Faces pale as the truth hit. Luna wasn't the fraud. They were the clowns. Adrian took the card from Jessica's trembling hand, the shopping bags from Claire's, and walked out, leaving their world in ashes. Jessica's tight dress was now a rag. Her perfume, a bitter memory, had been sprayed on the woman whose shelters saved lives. Her sneers now echoed as she begged on curbs, her blacklist a chain she had forged herself. Ryan's slick hair hung limp, his hanger a scar he'd earned. He had bruised the heart of Haven House, and his retail dreams now rotted. His marker scrawl a tattoo on his own ruin. Helen's clipboard was trash, her scissors a curse. She had slashed the soul of Vogue Lux's end, and her laughter had faded as the doors slammed shut. Her fall, a mirror to Luna's rise. The guards' badges rusted, their lives a noose. They'd hauled out Adrian's wife, and their names sank with the store's sign, smashed under his wrath. Adrian's quiet strike and Luna's steady hand had burned their world to cinders. Every taunt, every cut, was a boomerang that crushed them. Their own venom, the axe that fell. 3 hours later, the Vogue Luxe sign crashed down. Workers unbolted it, and the gold letters smashed onto the pavement. The store went black. Lights off. Locks changed. Windows boarded up. Word raced. Knight Industries owned it now. Adrian had killed it. Cold. The staff, Jessica, Ryan, Helen, were blacklisted fast. Retail doors slammed shut. Resumes shredded. Calls ghosted. Names poisoned. Jessica's dress hit a thrift rack. Ryan's slick hair dulled. Helen's clipboard swapped for a help-wanted sign. Their sneers had torched their lives, and Luna's quiet exit had lit the match. Months later, Luna walked with Adrian down an LA street. Her jeans still worn, her tee still plain, her bun loose as ever. Her green eyes shone, and she had just opened another Haven House shelter, funded by their fortune. A beggar slumped against a wall, his coat ragged, his hand shaking. Luna slowed, her eyes narrowing. She stepped closer. It was Jessica, her hair greasy, her eyes sunken. The woman who had snatched Luna's card now laughed as she was hauled away. Jessica rasped, her voice weak. "Spare change." Luna paused, her eyes soft but steady. She pulled her wallet from her pocket and slipped a $10 bill into Jessica's palm. Her fingers brushed against Jessica's rough skin, and Luna's smile flickered, brief and fleeting. Then, without another word, she walked on with Adrian, her sneakers tapping steady on the pavement. Her kindness? A quiet roar. That $10 wasn't charity. It was a mirror reflecting Jessica's ruin from her own hands. Luna didn't need to speak. Her life roared louder than their hate. Adrian's move had raised their kingdom, but her calm sealed it. Vogue Luxe turned to dust. Their jobs were gone. Their mockery a blade that cut them down. Luna rose higher. They sank lower. And justice burned clean.